Hey guys, a little update on this stuff for you. I did some research. GoPro says with these new cameras, you must charge them with a 5-volt 2.4 amp charger, which means that you can't use your normal smart charger PD brick for your Pixel or whatever, because if you have variable voltage chargers, it will lock up the camera. This is a huge fail, GoPro. You guys keep doing stuff like this. Your stock is reflecting it. Figure your shit out. Anyways, so get a dedicated brick to carry around for your camera if you want to charge it without it locking up. Alternatively, you can remove the SD card, hold the front button down for 20 seconds, and that usually will unbrick the camera. This is not good, GoPro. More of the same lazy implementation.
Alright guys, so here is my new GoPro 11 Mini. Really excited when they announced this camera was going to come out. I really missed my sessions. This is an old Hero 4 session. These cameras were the best. The problem is you can't change the batteries in them, and they're so old now they're all starting to get weak. So this one only has like a, I don't know, 45-minute lifespan on it. The audio is not that great, and there's no stabilization. So I was really happy when this came out. Opening it up, it comes nicely packaged. It comes with this nice new GoPro started giving me a little box like DJI does. It's cheap, but it's, you know, it's nice when your shit comes in a little box. And right out of the box, it tells you that you got to update it before you can use it. That was really seamless. It worked great. A little annoyed by that, but don't really care. Not that big of a deal. And that's about all you get for useful instructions with this thing. So let's do a size comparison. So here is it next to a Session, and then my DJI Action, DJI Osmo Action. So it's a mini, but it's not that tiny. But what's great about it is there's no screen. So the back of it has an extra set of mounts. It's got some cooling fins, so it helps it reject heat better, and the battery life's pretty good. So the first thing I did was some battery life testing. Continuous 1080p, 30 frames per second, hyper smooth on, wearing on my head, driving, a bunch of different types of stuff. I got about just shy of 2 hours, 110 minutes. Did another test where I did 1080p, hyper smooth on, and I did 20-minute recordings with about a 10-minute break in between. I varied it a little bit, and I got 120 minutes, so right at 2 hours. So that's awesome. However, the last video I recorded on that one, where the camera died, it got corrupted. That's very disappointing. I had some issues with videos getting corrupted with my Hero 10 and Hero 11. Very frustrating. One good thing is that it's gotten warm while I was recording with it, but it's never overheated. I did some 5.3K recordings, like a 30-minute one. Did not overheat. Just wearing it on my head, not even on a vehicle where there's air flowing over it. So we like the battery life. I like that they've improved the heating. No screen's great. This little screen right here tells you pretty much everything you need to know. See if we can turn it on. It has been buggy when I unplug it from the charger. Sometimes it's just locked up. And I've got to hold this button down for 10 seconds to kind of reset it, because you can't pull the battery out of it. Obviously, like a Session, the battery is not removable. And as you can see right now, it's not wanting to turn on. And it's not dead. It just came off the charger. So GoPro still hasn't figured out how to make, you know, reliable firmware and software. Their stuff's still glitchy like it's been for the past, I don't know, several years, which is why I go back to this little camera all the time. This thing has been beat. It's got the doors open underwater. It's full of salt water, and this thing just still works. I mean, it's excellent. The one problem is the audio quality is not nearly as good as the GoPro, which is why I was really happy when this came out. So hopefully they'll release some updates and fix the bugginess I've had. The two issues I had is after I pull up the charger, it's locked up, so you see it won't turn on. This should be your quick capture button. This should be your power on and connectivity button. So a few things about how this camera works while I try to get it working for you. It has easy mode, which is like 3 presets, one for great video, one for good battery life, and one for something else. I don't remember what they all are. I never use that, obviously. I go in and set my own settings, but easy mode's kind of nice, I guess. You do have a lot of functionality with this little screen on here. You can actually go through and use the 2 buttons to cycle through menus, and we can reset the SD card in there and format it, which is great. What I don't like is that even using the app for settings, there's no way to disable the Wi-Fi like you could with the old cameras. So my assumption is that when you turn it on with this button, Wi-Fi is disabled because it's getting great battery life. So I think Wi-Fi and Bluetooth will be disabled if you just do a quick, you know, power on video, power off in video. And when you use this button is when it links up to Bluetooth, which is what that icon would lead you to believe. But yeah, so I'll do much more testing with it. We'll see how it goes. And so far, the same usual, you know, GoPro has a monopoly on this product pretty much. No one else really uses these DJIs but me that I've seen. So they keep just pumping out cameras one after another, and they're not keeping up with their updates and making their software reliable. So hate to see it, GoPro, but you guys are really, really falling behind the curve as far as making reliable shit. And lucky for you, you still don't have any real competition. I've tried a few other cameras lately, like this Cool one, which I can show you over here, and it was a complete piece of crap. Real big problem with it is that it has a proprietary charger, which sucks. Everything should be USB-C. The battery life was okay, but the lens sticks out way in front of the body of the camera, and it got scratched up really fast. Now all my videos have a big blur in them. I like this camera because it doesn't really have much of a screen. It's just got this little guy, and it's pretty battery life friendly. But yeah, I mean, it's just a little cheaper. That was like 150 bucks. Tried that out for one ride and then went back to my DJI Action. So these are the cameras I have now. I have lost so many GoPros, it's insane. I had lost a Hero 10, I lost a Hero 11 Black. So who knows how long I have this one. But for whatever reason, this camera I just can't seem to lose. I've had it forever. I've actually had this camera forever too. I just lost my session, my Hero 5 session, which was great. I thought about buying another one because I just love that camera. It's always been very reliable, good battery life, etc. But I figured I'd give this a shot. So yeah, I still can't get it to turn on, guys. So I'm gonna have to play with these buttons until it decides to do something and put it back on the charger. Yep, pretty slad. Pretty darn slow. All right, so brand new camera, first time charging it, 11 mini black. I charged it for 6 hours and the red light never went off, and now it doesn't power on and it's stuck in some stupid mode. I followed the instructions setting it up. I did the update immediately. So yeah, I can't remove the battery to reset it. So now I gotta figure out what the procedure is to reset, like a hard reset. It's probably like hold down both buttons. Let's see if this fixes it. I was really hoping this camera was going to be better than the last 4 GoPros I've had that were all super junky and buggy. Alright, so I'm doing a battery life test with this new GoPro. A few observations. There's no blinking red light on the front of the camera. That's pretty annoying. It's getting really warm, and I've got it set on a very conservative setting, about as conservative as I could get it. 1080, 30 frames per second, wide view. What's funny about these new cameras is you can only change those modes if you're in Pro. If you're in easy mode, you have 3 settings, and none of them are anything I'd ever really shoot except for maybe 1080-60. But it says that 1080-60 is your best battery life when we all know 1080-30 is saving half as many frames, so it's gonna be more efficient. But it's getting pretty warm just at 1080, and it's sitting in a car that's pretty cool. It's probably 70 degrees in my car right now. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't shut off. We've been recording for just about 15 minutes so far.
So here's just a sample of some of the footage during a night ride. The night low light performance is pretty decent for a small camera. You can see it's getting a little shaky here. Its stabilization doesn't work as good in low light, but honestly, one of the better GoPros I've had for low light performance. No complaints there, and the audio is really good too. I just wish it wasn't so buggy. I cannot believe it holds together with those tires on there, dude. That's amazing.
We let you ride a brand new
So it's 4 high.
He needs a new one. It's 11 low.
Wow!
Nice smell coming up, y'all.
This is gonna be good.